Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So, there is a lot of things you could say about former President Donald Trump and the media, the Democrats, and even more importantly than them, the poor, mushy-brained victims of their 8 years of daily propaganda. Well, they've all got a lot to say about the man. But one thing I think it's probably impossible to argue against is his love for this country. And even the people who believe in their souls that he committed a freaking insurrection, they can't actually point to anything unpatriotic the man has ever said or ever done or ever written. And it's really, really remarkable what the machine has been able to do to this guy and to these people who believe all their stuff. Anyway, there was a really, really touching moment during a speech he gave in South Dakota recently that I think just really showed his love for this country in a very, very raw and very unforgettable way once you see it. I'm going to show it to you. But before we dive into that, guys, thank you so much to everyone who's been subscribing and commenting. We really, really appreciate this awesome, awesome community that we're building here. And if you haven't already, please help us with the algorithm. Like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share. So Trump was in South Dakota giving a rally, and he began discussing how much our country is deteriorating and what's happening to our country and the destruction that we're literally seeing done daily by these people. And he talked about the decline of America, the slowing of oil drilling, our crazy push towards this electric fantasy, and the other environmental green agenda stuff that he really does feel is harming our nation. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on that stuff, but the Democrats have been bringing this message of doom and gloom and victimhood and oppression for as long as I can remember. Before I was born, it was the ozone layer, then it was the impending ice age, followed by the ocean wasn't going to survive, the water and the pollution and all this. Now it's global warming. That's why they had to change it to climate change, because they were never right about anything. Change kind of just is a blanket thing that covers all change. But, there's always another Barackalypse on the horizon. And the cost to save us all from this impending Barackalypse, it involves the sacrificing of our freedoms and, more importantly, our cash. So Trump touched on this and, was really talking about how the fabric of this nation is unraveling. And at one point he said, we were the greatest country in the world. And then he stopped himself, almost holding back tears. And there was melancholy music playing in the background, and it created a really, really great moment. It felt like the seriousness of the situation almost just hit him, and the crowd responded with a standing ovation. It was truly, truly a beautiful moment that you really have got to see.
And help build America into the greatest nation in the history of the world.
So yeah, that's pretty heavy stuff. That is right from the heart. And I bet he feels honestly like he's failed this nation by not beating Biden. Even though he knows, there was nothing that we could probably do to stop the machine and stop its plans. But, I got to ask, man, I've looked at thousands and thousands of hours of Biden tape, and I've never seen any real emotion. I've seen a lot of anger, a lot of crazy old guy stuff, but never any real emotion. I've never seen that kind of passion or love from Joe, especially when it comes to our country. Let me know in the comments if you have. I'd actually love to see it. But watching that moment, you could tell that here was a man who truly believes in and really, really, truly loves this country. A man who gave up a really amazing life to serve because of that love. Really gave up so much for this nation that we kind of all take for granted, really. But he gave up a lot for the mission, and what he got in return, he got attacked, he got slandered, he got persecuted, he got degraded. They're literally trying to destroy the man. There are citizens of this country that have been so programmed by vitriol that they will genuinely feel joy when the day comes that this man passes on, which really is one of the most glaring differences between us and them when you think about it. But, they would destroy this man if they could, and they will if they can. And, for those that would, it is not about this country at all. It's about money, it's about power, and it's about greed. Trump was just in the way. Trump sacrificed financially to become president. People don't talk about this, but his net worth actually decreased during his presidency. And, money was never the driving factor for him, even though some of the mushy-brained, propagandists, they believe it.